My name is Chris Strub, and this is Strub Snap Swaps. What up, Team Gare Bear? Welcome to Strub Snap Swaps, day number 20. Oh yes, 20. So when I asked Gare Bear to be part of this project, he's like, oh, well, I don't have any Snapchat followers. And I'm like, listen, man, that is not what this is about at all. Like, who is this guy and what is he talking about? Well, my name's Chris Strub. I'm the first guy to live stream in Snapchat in all 50 states, and I met Gare Bear through Meerkat last summer. I'm doing this project where I'm trading my Snapchat account with 50 people for 50 days. Today is day number 20. And if I use this filter all day long, it's because, hey, I'm part Irish, and it's a pretty cool filter, and I feel like it, so yeah. So I traveled around the United States last summer, and I volunteered with youth organizations in all 50 states, including Texas, where Gare Bear is, but also Alaska, which was state number 20. So why am I asking Gare Bear to represent Alaska? I don't even know if Gare Bear's ever been to Alaska. Well, a couple reasons. First of all, I would have had him do Texas, but I pretty much know the coolest gal in the world who also lives in Texas, and she did a great job. Go follow her. More importantly, though, I feel like through Meerkat, my Meerkat family, which Gare Bear was a huge part of, was with me every state of the way. I'm going to take that a step further. Without Meerkat and without Gare Bear, I would not have completed visiting 50 states in 100 days. Just wouldn't have done it. A lot of people have asked me, like, Chris, man, this is a cool project. How do I get involved? Like, can I swap accounts with you? I'm like, well, the first people I'm going to ask are the people who have supported me all the way. I've never met Gare Bear in real life. Is real life still a thing? But there was no way I was going to do a project like this without asking Gare Bear. So I'll be back on in the morning, not so much the morning, I guess, probably the early afternoon, to talk a little bit more about the trip and about this project. The crux of it is this. I Snapchatted and Meerkatted with nonprofits all around the United States last summer. Then I wrote a book about it, and now I'm selling that book and giving a portion of the proceeds to charity. You can read more about the project at teamstrub.com, and if you get the book today, I'm going to donate $1 for each book sold to Covenant House in Anchorage, Alaska. I also obviously encourage you guys to go see whatever Gary is up to today on my account. He said he's going to do most of his snapping tomorrow night, so we'll see. Gosh, I'm tired. No more whiskey, huh? We good? Let's do this. Today is Strub Snap Swaps day number 20, and today we're talking about Covenant House in Alaska, one of the best. Yesterday on Strub Snap Swaps, we talked about new avenues for youth in Portland, Oregon, one of the best real traditional homeless shelters in the United States. Covenant House in Anchorage is technically a homeless shelter, but when I think about Covenant House, I don't even think of it that way. There's housing for youths who are homeless at Covenant House, Alaska. But honestly, when I think back of my experience there, that's not the first thing that comes to mind. Covenant House, Alaska has on-site medical facilities, they have job training programs, and they have incredible recreational areas. If you have any interest or stake at all in fundraising for nonprofits, you need to check out what Covenant House, Alaska is doing, the best in the country. There was one very applicable lesson, not just for nonprofits, but for life in general, that I got from my interview with Carlotta Mack, the COO of Covenant House, Alaska. Here it is. As you build and you grow, you need to keep your future in mind. What is the next step in your growth? What happens after I finish this stage of growth? Case in point, the facility at Covenant House, Alaska's main property is prepared for future growth. There is room for more growth there. I talk about this in my book. I talked about this in a blog post that I wrote. I think it was the 6 lessons that I learned around the country that are applicable to nonprofits everywhere. Think about nonprofits for a minute. Think about how that applies to your life. When you achieve something that you want to achieve, are you now prepared for the next step of success? Are you?
And they said, make sure to have space for future development. So when we actually built this building, we actually planned for future development. So I think the great thing is that
if you'd like to see more about my trip to Covenant House, Alaska, and to 50 states in 100 days, please check out teamstrub.com. There's some really cool stuff on there. Speaking of incredible, world-changing homeless organizations, I've got mail. So if you've been following Strub Snap Swaps, you probably have an idea of what this is. All right, let's pop her open. Let's see what we got, Yodo. Let's do this. It's a card. Youth on their own. Thank you. How sweet is that? Thank you so much, Kristen Connor. You are the best. Very cool to get this magnetic star from Youth on Their Own. So what am I going to do with this? Let's take a look. Here is the car, the famous Honda Hotel, the Strubmobile. And here is where Youth on Their Own signed the car. It says, when life gets tough, keep going. Yoda.org. It got tough for this star. All fixed up. You're wondering what was written from Alaska? Of course, this was in my handwriting. I maintain the power to define who I am. By the way, guys, I call the car the Honda Hotel because I slept in it 14 times last summer. And now I'm here. What's going on? Good. I can't help but laugh at what Gary has done on my account today. Feels like the roast of Chris Strub. I should have known what I was getting myself into. If you're enjoying Strub Snap Swaps, make sure you stay tuned. Also, what is going on with this lighting? Make sure you stay tuned. There's 30 days of fun still to come. I'm going to share my snap code with you guys one more time. Send it back to Dallas, Texas. Thank you, Gare Bear.